you will need a text editor like Notepad for Windows, TextEdit for Mac, and a web browser like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer 9, Opera, Firefox, or Safari will do. In the previous tutorials, I have shown you how to structure and style a page in HTML and CSS. And in this tutorial, you will learn how to make your website interactive using JavaScript. I have previously made some pages so that I can show you how to use JavaScript. Let's insert our first JavaScript code. Let's use the input box to take a name, store it in a variable, and then change the page's text accordingly. We're going to use this input box, which the user will type in a name, and when they press enter, that name will be put into a variable and displayed in this paragraph here. So let's go to our home page and edit the code. Let's paste it in the head, but you can paste JavaScript code anywhere in the page you want. So here we use the script tag, and its attribute type is set to text/JavaScript, and here's the closing script tag. And I've made a function and I've called it change. You define a function by using two parentheses, and here is how you declare a variable. It's just var, and it's going to be called x, and I'm going to use document.getElementById, which gets the element with an ID of name, which is this input box, and it gets the value and stores that in x. And then I get the element with an ID of para, which is this paragraph, and change it in a HTML, which is the writing it shows, to hello. And then to put the variable in, just do speech mark plus, and then your variable name with a plus and then a speech mark to close that, and then and welcome to my website. I'm going to use an onClick, which is a JavaScript event that is triggered when an element is clicked. For more information on JavaScript events, look at the page on W3 Schools. The link will be in the description box. So let's go here, type in onClick equals change, and don't forget the parentheses and close the speech marks. So let's save that, go to our page and refresh. So now let's type in a name. I'm just going to type in computing boss and click enter, and now it says hello computing boss and welcome to my website. But now let's clear it and press enter. Even though it doesn't change the text in any way, it makes it look like the web page is broken and doesn't work correctly. So we're going to write some more code so that the box checks if the user has entered text or not, and if not, displays a message box telling them to do so. So go back to your page and let's edit our function here. So now I'm just going to delete all of this and paste in the new code. So here, as before, it's taking whatever's typed into the input box and stores it in x. And here, our if statement says if x does not equal, this is an operator or comparison. There will be more information in the description box. And it checks if it doesn't equal nothing. So if it doesn't equal nothing, then display whatever's written in it. Else, so if it does equal nothing, an alert, which is just a pop-up saying please enter your name into the text box. So let's save this and see if it works. So now let's type in nothing and press enter, and it gives me the message box. And let's type in something and see if it works. And it works here. Now let's make sure the user cannot change the text in the text box and click the enter button twice. So to do this, let's go back to our home page and add in a new line of code here. So here, it gets the element with an ID of name, which is our input box, and an element with the ID of button, and it changes the disabled attribute to true. So that means they can't click or use them after the text has been written into the paragraph. So let's save and see if it works. So let's type in nothing, and again our message box is here. And let's type in computing boss, and if we click enter, it displays here, and these two are now disabled. Now let's use JavaScript to get the date. To do this, we're going to need to use the date object. So let's have a message to display that if it's 12 AM or before that, it displays good morning, and if it's before 6 PM, then it displays good afternoon, and if it's any other time, then it displays have a nice day. To do this, we are going to need an else if statement. Here is the W3 schools page on JavaScript data object, and I'm going to use getDay to get the current day from 0 to 6, where 0 is Sunday and 6 is Saturday, and getHours to get the hours from 0 to 23, where 0 is midnight. So let's go back to our home page and add in a new tag so that we can place our greeting message in. So here it's just a bold tag with an ID of greeting, and let's then put in our function here. So the function is called greeting message, and here variable d makes a new date, and variable day is a new array. Now an array stores many values in one variable and have the function run through them all. So here day 0 is Sunday, day 1 is Monday, day 2 is Tuesday, so on to day 6, which is Saturday. Now variable date is d.getDay. Now remember, getDay displays a number from 0 to 6 depending on the day it is now. So let's just say it displays 3 because it's Wednesday. So date is equal to day and in square brackets 3. So it finds day 3, which is here, and it's Wednesday. So date would be equal to Wednesday, and time is just d.getHours. So if the time is less than 12, so if it's before 12 a.m., it displays good morning, today is, and whatever the day is. Else if, here is our else if statement. If the time is less than 18, which is 6 p.m., it displays good afternoon, today is, and the date. And else, so if it's none of these two, it just displays have a nice day, today is, and whatever the day is. Now we want this to run when the user loads the page. So we're going to need to use the Onload event. So go to the body and type in onload and whatever our function is called. So greeting message. So as soon as the body is loaded, it runs this function. So the user doesn't have to click anything. So let's save that, open the page and refresh this. As you can see, it's here and it says good afternoon, today is Tuesday because it's Tuesday, and it's before 6 but after 12. Now I'm going to use one more type of event to change the image at the top of the website when we hover our mouse over it, like this. This is going to be called the onMouse over. So go back to your home page and let's add our new function here. So here the function is called change image, and it gets the element with an ID of image, which is our header image, and it changes the source attribute to header2.png. Now the header2.png is the same dimensions as this, so I don't need to specify them because they haven't changed. But if you do need to change them, the code is displayed in the pop-up at the bottom of the screen. Now we have to add in our onMouseOver event equal to change image, and now let's save this. And now once we put our mouse over it, it should change the image, and it does. But look, if we take it out, it doesn't change it back. To do this, we have to use the onMouseOut event. So let's go back to our home page and add in a new function. And do not call them the same name, the two functions. I've called it change back, and again it gets the image and changes its src to header.png. Now I have to add in a new event here. So onMouseOut and change back. So let's save and see if it's worked. So now if I hover over the image, it changes its src, and if I hover out, it goes back. Now, like CSS, JavaScript can be used as an external script, so we can cut and paste all of our code into a new page, save it as a .js file, and link it back in our HTML page. So let's go to our home page, and everything in between the script tags, not including them, cut. Let's delete these, go into a new notepad page, paste them, save it as script.js, and save it as all files, click save, and now go back to your home page and add in the new tags here. So here, as before, it's the script tag with the type is text/JavaScript, but here an src is linking it to script.js. So now if I save this and see it, it should look exactly the same as before. So here, I'm just going to type in my name, and these two are disabled, and the text has changed, and it's still displaying my greeting message, and my image works over here. Now, let's use it to add in a navigation bar. We can use the document.write method to write some HTML that would make up the navigation bar, put that in the external script, and link to it in every page that you want the navigation bar to show. And if you needed to change it, you can change it on one page and it would change it on all of them. So let's go to our JavaScript page, and at the top, let's add in this new code. So here, document.write writes whatever's in this bracket and apostrophe and the closing apostrophe in bracket, and this semicolon just separates these codes. This backslash just allows me to have a new line, because if I didn't have this, this code would not work. This just makes the code more readable. And here I have an unordered list with two list items, one linking to the BBC, one to Yahoo, both in new tabs. So let's save this and go to our home page and cut and paste these script tags, because I want the navigation bar to appear below the image but above the heading. And now if I save this and open the web page and I'll refresh, so now our web page should function just as it did before. So here our image works and BBC should open in a new tab, and it has done now, and so should Yahoo. And if I click enter without typing anything in, the message box appears, and if I type in my name here, it displays it here, and these two are disabled, and here is my greeting message. So now, just to show how easy it is to add in one more piece of navigation here, let's go back to our script page and add in another piece of code. So let's just select this, and now I'm going to paste it, as again I have this backslash so I can have an enter, and here is another list item which links to Google, also in a new tab. So if I save this, I don't even need to save the home page, I just have to go here and refresh. And as you can see, Google is here now, so let's just click it, and it works. This concludes our 3 tutorials on structuring a page in HTML, styling with CSS, and interactivity with JavaScript. I hope you have found them useful and easy to understand. Stay tuned for an easy and free way to make a website in Flash from Adobe. This is w3schools.com. Here you can learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which I will cover in future tutorials. Please vote, comment, subscribe, and comment tutorial suggestions. Thank you for watching.